Hello, everybody. We're the Founding Mothers.
I'm Jamie McMaster.
And I said that wrong.
You know what?
Okay.
We're getting into all the juicy stuff today, so that doesn't even matter.
Anyway, all right. So we are a prompt-based podcast.
Yeah.
Where we will set a prompt for you each week. We have you guys write in and we talk about those things.
We want all the juicy stories, guys. Like, keep sending them in because this week got so much better. It was, I'm excited.
We've got a lot to tell. We have so many stories, so many good ones. But before we get into what this episode is about, should we unpack the week?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
How was your week?
It was good.
Yeah.
We just celebrated Father's Day. Did you guys do anything fun?
Yeah, we went camping. We went up to Edison and did a little camping trip up there. It was short and sweet. It was exactly what it needed to be. But it was a good day. And then we got home early enough and me and Josh literally got in bed and watched like 6 hours of Love Island.
Is he addicted?
It was amazing. Oh my God, we both are. And it's amazing.
I love it when the men get addicted.
It's so good. It is so good to get Josh addicted to something because it's so easy. All I have to do is put it on and he's like, wait, what is this?
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Are we going to watch another episode?
We've been watching The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Oh.
And Donnie's like, are you watching that without me?
What season are you on?
I'm on the second season and I'm pretty much, I think, at the final episode.
Okay, I'm not that far, but the Halloween episode.
Oh, yeah.
With the Chippendales.
Yes.
I'm like, they could never handle a party from us. Like, could you imagine our stripper parties? Dude. I'm like... They were fully clothed. We've had buttholes in our face.
I can't. Yeah. I watch it and I'm like, it's drama.
Yeah.
But also
very wholesome drama.
So wholesome.
Yeah.
So wholesome.
Yeah. Oh, could never be a Mormon. I mean, shout out to all of that, but
I couldn't only drink soda.
I couldn't only drink soda. I just wake up in soda. It's fine.
No, but I don't really drink anymore. And it's not because I can't. It's just I don't want to.
Yeah. You're on a health journey.
I'm on a health journey and you can't burn fat when you have alcohol in your system.
Yeah.
So I drink very few and far between. But it's a tradition on Father's Day that my brother comes over and we take at least a shot for our dad.
I love that.
Yeah, because he passed when I was like 22. So
yeah.
So yeah, he came over. We did our annual daddy shots.
I love that so much.
I was really glad that he came over because I haven't seen him in a while.
I love Aaron.
Me too.
Great.
So that was like the main thing that happened over the last week, I guess.
Yeah. A bummer because I've heard such amazing things about him.
He was a badass.
He was a badass.
He was a good dad.
I mean,
too.
Anybody with a stash like that just exudes like fuck around and find out.
It's like, yeah, he had
energy.
He had a like a cop stash for a while.
I love it.
Yeah, but he was not a cop. No. But yeah, so I mean, that kind of takes us into what this episode's about, which is daddy issues.
Daddy issues, guys.
We both had pretty badass dads.
Yeah.
And one thing about us is our dads always told us we were perfect.
Always told us we were perfect. So it's really hard for me to, whenever I was on the dating scene, to date somebody that did not agree with that fact.
Right.
Because I was like, my dad told me that my whole life. So why are you lying to me now?
Yeah. Why do you think differently?
Pretty sure you're the problem.
And men usually are. And yeah. So the definition of daddy issues is the potential psychological impact of a strained or absent relationship with one's father, particularly in women, and how it might affect their relationships with men later on in life. But I feel like a lot of dudes have daddy issues.
I think so too.
A lot of them have daddy issues.
100%.
It just might affect them differently.
And I think daddy issues can fall into so many different categories of life. I don't think
Absolutely.
it's just a father. I think it could potentially be, well, I guess that goes into like feeding into relationships and sugar daddies and all
Right.
the things,
Right.
you know?
This particular prompt, it branched off into so many different areas
Oh, 100%.
that all just attached to
It was a
daddy
web
issues. It very much so.
that we're going to untangle for you guys today.
Did you have any situations growing up where you kind of were like, looking back now, you're like, that was because I had a little bit of daddy issues?
Not really, but maybe because my dad was more so the sole provider of the house. He was working all the time, doing
Mhm.
all the things. So that became the normal for me. And
That's what you witnessed. You were like, that's what men do.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. And
Yeah.
so going into life, I think I jumped in a different way because I was always the independent one. I was
Mhm.
like, I'm never going to rely on anybody. I don't want
Oh,
anybody
yes.
doing anything for me. I did
Same.
it once with my first marriage for a very, very short time. And that's only because I was pregnant. So that was probably the only thing that I can think of off the top of my head. I'm
Yeah.
sure there's more that I
know,
could
that's-
unpack, but
That's a super interesting point because I didn't really think of that. My dad also was sole provider. My parents were divorced. My dad had custody of us.
Yeah.
We saw my mom every other weekend. And so I grew up with him, you know, being the boss. He paid for everything. Like, and I knew in my head, I was like, I don't ever want to rely on somebody else.
yeah.
And so me too, I was like, I pay my own bills.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm in a relationship now where we definitely go halvesies on everything.
Yeah. I love
which
that.
I never had before. I was
Yeah.
kind of like the one that had to pay everything before.
A little bit.
And
Yep.
that was like awful.
Yeah, nobody wants to do that.
No, and I don't know.
And that is our daddy issue.
Yeah.
We're like, why aren't you paying for this?
Yeah.
This
So-
is not my job.
Yeah, I shouldn't have to.
I'm working for fun money. Okay.
Yeah, and
So I can buy chickens.
Yeah.
And have a podcast.
Exactly.
Shout out, Josh. Love you.
Okay, so were there any things that happened maybe to you as a younger person that you look back now and you're like, maybe that was daddy issues? Because maybe like your dad was always working. And I know that my dad was older when he had my sister and I.
Yeah.
And so my brother had a completely different dad, even though we have the same dad.
Yeah.
He's 12 years older than me. So my dad was a little older and he didn't do like the more outdoorsy stuff with us. And
Yeah.
so we had we couldn't be grounded. Like we kind of we were good kids.
Yeah.
But it was
You
like
just
we
couldn't
kind of
be grounded.
We just kind of
Not
did what
that
we
he
wanted.
wouldn't or didn't. I just couldn't do that. It just didn't fit into my life at that point.
And so I feel like there was a lot of times where I would like sneak out and like have boyfriends and not necessarily like have sex or whatever, but we would like
It was like the thrill of it.
Yeah, it was like I'm
just
gonna
to
sneak
see
out,
if you could do it.
Yeah, through my window,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna like go to this guy's apartment. And there was like one period of my life when I was like one of those. I was a 16-year-old River Park goth.
Shut up.
Yeah, I would be like, let's go to
Not
RP tonight, and I was in my like
you guys
Hot
called it
Topic.
RP?
Yeah, we called it RP. Yeah, are you guys going to RP tonight? And we would go and we'd have our like Hot Topic outfits on or whatever. And there was this 25-year-old guy that he was so punk.
Oh.
But like looking back now, he was probably really disgusting because he was 25 and I was 16.
You know
Awful.
what? It was a different time.
It was a different time. And I feel like that's why now, because I have like a stepdaughter who is around that age.
Yeah.
My oldest is getting up to that age where I instill like a stranger danger, men are garbage, and even your girls.
Yeah.
I'll be like, if some guy asks for your number, yell in his face. Like you say no.
Just
So I'm
off.
like, don't listen to these gross guys. So
you are really good at that.
Yeah.
And I think that goes into my younger daughter. She's 19. She just really struggles with men in general. And she doesn't think anybody is good enough for her. And
they're not.
love that so much that she just has that embodied in her, because I did not carry that confidence when I was her age.
Honestly,
at
me
all.
either. I was, kind of hang out with a weird 25-year-old.
I know. I was a hoe. Oh.
I love that you were a hoe.
It was a good time. Tell you what.
I wish I was a little more hoey. I wasn't a hoe. I was always like in like kind of long-term like relationships.
Yeah.
But I got like weirdly like, I don't know. I was attached in a way where I knew I didn't care, but I was like, I need to make sure that they know that I care. And like,
see,
I don't know.
guys gave me the ick so bad at that time in my life. Like, I would be like, I want to kiss you and make out with you. But then like,
you're like, now
gross.
get off. Yeah. Honestly,
like,
yeah.
So I had a really hard time like forming relationships as well, like on a deeper level.
You're like,
than
oh,
just,
you wear socks when you sleep? Ick. Get out.
Yeah. No, shoes for me to this day, if you have ugly shoes on or you wear like ankle socks with your sneakers,
ick.
No, can't do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess I'm that way
go
too.
get some no-shows, baby. They're like $5.99 for like 10 pairs. You know?
Oh my God, I do know. Okay. So I'm trying to think if there was anything else that I had that was a little daddy issue-esque. And I had a stepdad, and he was like kind of mean, but in like a he was also nice, but he was like kind of like a rugged, like did meth sometimes. You know, like he was hard, but he was also kind of not. He was like a little white trash, but a little like his parents were like preachers.
So he's like a PK.
So I was
he was like
baptized,
a preacher's kid.
But also
you were baptized?
Yes.
This is the first time I'm ever hearing about this?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to have.
Oh my God. Okay. Let's not get off track, but we're going to talk about that later.
Yeah. We'll put a pin in that.
Interesting.
Yeah, I was baptized. But he would just like say kind of mean things sometimes. Like one time I was singing in the back seat of the car, and he was like, "Hey Val, have you ever heard of tone deaf?" And I was like,
rude.
No. And he's like, "Why don't you plug your ears and sing and see if it sounds good?" And so I never sing again. I'm just kidding. I do now.
You now. If he could see you now, because I have seen you. I mean, if anybody has seen the video of you singing.
Yeah. So
what's a song that you love to sing?
I'm not going to sing it here.
Okay.
Yeah.
6 feet down, edge and I'm thinking. I got you. I just needed to bring it out a little.
Yeah. Yeah. You can hear a little bit of it. So it was like little things like that. I think that were like, they made me a little more like self-conscious.
Yeah.
And then that also,
shit.
I know that was a shitty thing. But it makes me more self-conscious of what I say to children.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
and it
like,
all
because
comes back to being a learning experience.
Exactly. Because anything you say to a growing child, it's going to affect their little minds. So
100%.
So I guess that's another thing.
Yeah.
But
I think my brother got more the shit into the stick with my dad than I did. Because like,
you're perfect.
I don't make the rules.
We're perfect.
But I was also a good kid. My brother was naughty. He was a little naughty.
Yeah.
So
see, and that's kind of a daddy issue thing too. Maybe he needed paw around a little more or something. More,
yeah.
You know? And I think that I actually have a story of somebody that I dated who I think had major daddy issues because his dad wasn't around.
Really?
Yeah.
Can we hear it?
Yeah. I dated this guy, and he was raised by his mom in a trailer park, and his dad lived in a different city. So he wasn't around him a lot. But this guy was like a love bomber.
Oh,
he actually was on the Are We Dating the Same Guy Fresno edition.
I love that Facebook page.
I know, me too. But it came out later, like, I think he was like a massive cheater. He was, different girls may have mentioned that he was an alleged, like, sexual abuser, allegedly.
Oh, allegedly.
Allegedly. He just had a lot of issues.
Yeah.
And he had a son, and he would, like, whenever he would get in trouble, he would put him on timeout, but he would yell, like, at the top of his lungs into this little boy's face. And I would have to be like, I need to leave. Like, I can't physically be here anymore because.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was. And I'm like, that kid's going to have issues now.
100%.
Because you didn't maybe have the proper guidance growing up to know that that's absolutely unacceptable.
Yeah.
And I think that his mom maybe had like crappy boyfriends.
Yeah.
Growing up. And so that's like.
And being a single mother is already so hard.
Right.
So, you know, when you're trying to work and go to school or do all the things and then keep your kid on track, like that's a lot. That's a big load for
a lady. Yeah.
A lady to take on her own. But I don't know. That's what therapy's for.
Exactly.
You know?
And
like,
yeah. So
just do better.
I don't know. That was a lot to deal with. Seeing that and being like, okay, you're like not a good person.
How long did you date him? Like
2 years. It was like on and off. It was a very tumultuous, like draining, straining, awful time.
Yeah.
Like looking back, I'm like, I was so unhappy. And I'm so happy now.
I think it was kind of like, if I'm thinking of the same person you're talking about, it was kind of reboundish almost.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? Like you were just kind of getting out of one and
it happened to pop up. And
yeah,
it was like, and it lasted way too long. But I was like bored and whatever.
But, you know, I feel like you're a healer. Like naturally you want to heal people and help people because that's just the kind of like loving person that you are.
Thank you.
And I commend you for staying as long as you did because you know what?
Yeah, it was a lot.
No judgment.
But it's over. Yeah. And I wish everybody the best, especially the little guy.
Yeah. And we love Donnie now. So
yeah, Donnie's a godsend.
Oh, gosh, I know.
He's the best.
Capricorn daddies.
He's absolutely the best partner I've ever had in my life.
Yeah. We're both married to Capricorns. And we always say that they are the daddy of the zodiac sign. They are.
They take care of business.
Period.
They both build us things.
Anything.
And it's amazing.
We're so cute.
Okay. So do we have any other tidbits from the week or?
No, I think I'm all locked and loaded. I am just coming down off of a like 3-week busy, just constantly doing shit.
Yeah, because your kids were in school a week longer than mine. So.
Today was literally like my first day that I didn't have something like tumultuous to do, like work.
Now we get to just talk and
have fun. Yeah. I know.
We do have a lot of submissions to read.
I am so excited.
I'm really
I did read a couple of them. But I know we've gotten some new ones.
Yeah, we had one come in on the way over here.
Yeah, I haven't got a chance to read that one yet.
So good. It's so good.
Okay, yeah.
Do you want to read the first one?
Okay, is this Mexico?
No, this one, it could fall under daddy issues or like a dating experience because some of these are like,
okay, I think I know
they're branched out.
Yeah, I'll read that one.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so I was married for 15 years with my ex-husband for 23. So dating is a whole new scary world for me. It's awful. Enough said, Queen. I went on a date a few weeks ago and the guy wouldn't stop touching me. He wasn't even cute and he was so cocky. Like, boy, pick a struggle. You can't be a perv and ugly. Yeah. Like, you know.
You sounded like Buck. I wonder where she gets it.
I wouldn't know. Oh my God. Okay. So when I went to the bathroom, he kept texting me, "You're so sexy." Then he said, "Oh, I'll mama bear you like no other."
What?
He was a retired sheriff. Oh, that's why they're always the worst.
I know. They've got that like little man syndrome.
Just don't date cops or anybody in law enforcement, guys. Come on. He was a retired sheriff. I didn't realize he was as old as he was, 53. I'm 41. I don't discriminate on age, but sheesh. He was a little too much for me. On top of continuing to touch me after I asked him to stop because I am not a touchy-feely person, especially the first time I meet you. He kept asking if I wanted more drinks. I continued to tell him no because I had to drive to Madera for a concert. In my head, I was like, how can you be a retired cop and you're pushing the issue
of drinking and driving?
You right? But let's be real. Cops are the worst.
Oh my God, I love
Said
it.
it best, girl. I finally text my friends and asked them to save me so I could leave earlier than I planned. I seriously couldn't get away from there fast enough. Okay.
Was that the end?
That was the end, I think. That one's a different one.
Okay, that was good.
That was good. Okay, but like going back to just dating cops, just don't do it.
Yeah, because
it's a little risky. I mean, have you guys not listened to the Garen Reed trial? You know, like I know there's a difference of opinions on that one, but it's all very scary.
Allegedly.
Okay,
so this next submission, it's kind of a crazy ex story because I asked for crazy ex stories like as a part of this prompt because a lot of times crazy exes they got the issues.
Yeah, it's spider webs off of a daddy issue. And that's probably why they suck.
Okay, so it says crazy ex. She hit me, stole money from me, stole my bed after we broke up, catfished me on MySpace after we broke up.
Not the MySpace.
Not the catfish.
We missed the MySpace. Bring it back, guys.
I honestly do. I need a little sound, a little song on my profile. She poked a hole in a condom to get pregnant to anchor baby me, and once punched me really hard in the balls while I wasn't looking because, quote, I've never done that to anyone and I figured you wouldn't hit me back.
That's a risky game, girlfriend.
Right?
Like, that's a risky game. You hit somebody and you better expect to be hit back.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah. It's called mutual combat.
I've never heard that and I love it.
Well, I have because...
Yeah.
Allegedly.
We're not the one to take the shit, okay?
They say, I didn't because I'm not a monster, but Jesus. I genuinely hope at some point in life someone kicks her in the crotch for no reason. LOL.
Just right in the hymen.
Boom.
Just get it.
Yeah.
Just hurt her.
Yeah, that sounds like daddy.
Because I'm just saying that hurts. But yeah, like, why would you do that to a dude?
I know, for no reason.
You have to really
off guard.
You have to really be pissed the fuck off.
Yeah. Or evil to just do it for no reason.
For no reason at all. Yeah.
I couldn't hit anybody like in a regular spot.
Oh, I could.
For no reason.
Not for no reason.
Yeah, I would just be like, you know what? I want to just hit you because I know you won't hit me back. Like,
Dixon.
That's mean. Stupid bitch.
Stupid. I'm going to call you something else.
Oh, yeah? What is it?
Stupid bitch.
Her son said that to me.
But it was like in the most loving way.
It was a term of endearment for sure.
Yeah, because
it was on Thanksgiving and he
gave you a hug and a kiss afterwards.
He did. Okay, we have another one. I think this is kind of like a semi-wholesome one. That one. Right
Okay.
there.
All right. Oh, man. I got a good one for you. So I was 10. I had the biggest crush on this boy in school. His last name was my first name. So if we ever got married, my last name and my first name would be the same. That's pretty fucking cool, honestly.
Yeah.
I kind of like that. Little me was obsessed with that thought. I never acted on my feelings as a kid or told anyone until I became an adult and he popped back into my life. Crazy me, that's fate, right? What are the odds? I had a huge crush on this guy as a kid and now we're actually dating each other. Now as adults, I looked over every red flag that came up. I made up excuses after excuses. I completely got brainwashed by this guy. I wasn't allowed to talk to anyone in public. I wasn't allowed to go out with my friends or with my family if I didn't get the okay from him.
Yuck.
If I had to go out, he had to be there. Once my mom completely stopped talking to me, it made me rethink this whole relationship. With all the breakups and get back togethers, this relationship wasn't meant to be. I lost a lot of friends and it took a long time for my family to come around. And to be honest, the relationship with my family has never been the same. So the lesson is don't date anyone whose last name matches your first name. As cool as it sounds, just don't.
Good advice.
I love that advice.
Yeah.
But I mean, a bummer for you that you didn't get to live out your dream. I'm sorry about that.
Right?
Because that sounds like it would be really fucking cool. Like,
it does sound cool, but what isn't cool is possessive guys. I think that's a huge ick.
Ew, it's such a huge ick.
Like,
and
we all
girls
see it. Yeah, like when your friends can see that it's happening and they're like, are you okay? And you're like, yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, you learn to make excuses for bad behavior. And is a shitty thing. That's a shitty place to be.
It is. And where do you think those men learn daddy issues?
Yeah.
Yeah. They think it's okay. And it's not.
It's
not okay.
Never okay, ladies. Or gentlemen. You got hit in the nards, dude. Like, that sucks too.
Yeah. Don't let people tell you what to do. Be with people that trust you. That's a huge part of being in a relationship.
It's so easy. I know. It seems so easy, but I think when people are in the thick of it, they're so blinded by the love that they want instead of the love that they have.
Yeah. And there's time invested and you're like, it's
and
really
sometimes there's financials or houses or kids or whatever that make the split so much harder too.
It is tough.
Yeah.
But I have definitely helped people out of situations like that.
I have too. I love that.
Yeah. I helped a coworker leave her really shitty husband. We moved, she would bring stuff to work and slowly take loads and loads and loads of her stuff and hide it at my house until one day, bam, she was gone.
And he never noticed.
Never noticed.
And didn't she get on a plane?
Yeah. And she was out of there.
Shut off into the sunset. Boom. I love that. Fuel the jet.
Yeah.
Fuel the jet.
Okay, we have another good one. All right. So I guess this could be considered as daddy issues. Maybe just bad decisions. Growing up with only a mother in the house and really little to no supervision daily paved the way for me and my sibs to have full raging control of what we did and when we did it. My mom worked full time plus some to keep a roof over our heads. And when she wasn't working, she was out living her best life. Pop off, queen. Anyway, I think I was maybe 15 or 16 at this time, and it was summer. And every summer, my friends and I would dye our hair bright pink or blue or red. We were in our Gwen Stefani skater grunge era, if you will. So one of my best friends lived across the street in an apartment complex that we would walk to multiple times a day to meet other friends. A few of these times, we noticed an apartment full of grungy skater wild boys.
Oh.
Who we thought looked so much fun. Naturally, we would get dressed up and walk past their place, hoping to be noticed, until one day I heard, "Hey, Fuchsia!" And bingo bango, we were in.
Yes, girl. Yes, you were.
Now,
the moment you've been waiting for.
Right.
I remember those days.
Now, mind you, these guys were full grown, but not old men. I would say early 21 to 24 and hot. So they invited us in to smoke some weed, and everyone is super nice. We obviously lie to all of them about our age because I'm sure they don't want to hang out or catch a charge with a bunch of teen girls. As the day progresses into night, we all make up a story to stay out and end up getting pretty sloshed. But like I said, they were all super nice and nothing bad happened. So that was a huge relief. Next day and weeks after that, we were over in that complex looking to see who's out and who's hanging. This went on for pretty much the entire summer. And before I knew it, I had a little crush on one of these dudes. He's giving me all the signs that he's into me. And he's into me as well. And next thing I know, we're together all the time. I mean, he's coming to my friend's house. He's coming to my house. He's met my mom. I've met his.
Oh, damn.
Like, bro, I was in love.
In freaking love.
Okay.
Little
Which I
baby
think,
angel.
I know. Which I think at the time I could have thought that too. Oh, bro was in love. Okay, so he was in love. Bro was in love.
I think I knew who this is from, and it would be easy to fall in love with you, girl. Love you.
So bro was in love, which I think at the time I could have thought that too. He was very nice, caring, and sweet. However, it's becoming pretty clear that he's going to find out my real age at some point. I mean, he's
the fear that lives inside of those moments.
He's got to kind of know. And I don't remember the age I gave him, but it was over 18. Also, the way I lived in fear over him finding out my age. Ugh. So eventually I tell him, and he doesn't seem too shocked or bothered. But his friends were not having any of it. They were definitely like, what the fuck? So we started spending more time with my friends and at my house. My mom actually takes a liking to him, and I'm pretty sure I lied to her. Lied to her about his age as well, even though he's literally buying us beer. Oh my God. Okay. Before I know it, this full-grown man is staying at my house like multiple times a week against my mom's wishes, but we were definitely not following any rules. So this went on for like a year. I'm talking about camping trips and good times. That one day I realized, ew, I'm not dating an older dude, and dropped him like a bad habit.
Go the fuck off. I love that.
This is so on brand, and I love it.
It is very on brand.
Oh, okay. Like I crushed his soul.
Another one who just, once you get that it, girl, it's hard. It's impossible to come back from.
We remained friends after, but I could tell it was only so he could see me at any cost, until one day I made out with his roommate.
That's why the roommate was mad. Remember back in the story, they were like, the friends were not having it.
Yeah.
Like that's why.
I want that one.
Yeah.
Luckily, he wasn't a deranged psychopath, and we eventually went our separate ways. But I look back now and think, how weird. Daddy issue? I hate saying that.
But in a way, yeah.
I mean,
dating the older dudes, I did that too.
Yeah.
And I think
me too.
Even though my dad was great and amazing, he just wasn't around that much because he was working all the time. And I think that kind of plays back into like the need to be taken care of or nurtured by
that male presence in your life. Because same, like there's no way I would ever, like I've dated a younger guy and it's ick.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
It's a icky, yucky.
See, my husband's a few years younger than me, but
well, he doesn't act younger. No, he's very daddy.
This man is more mature than most 50-year-olds.
100%. I always forget that he's him and I are like the same age.
Yeah.
No, but I like him older. I like him established.
I love it.
Okay. We got a little one for you to read.
Yeah. Okay, guys, I got one for you. The day I was born, my father dropped my mom off at the hospital and split to take him and his other family to Six Flags. Okay. guess I would have rather gone to Six Flags too. Oh, Angel. The only advice I have, though, and I know it's a groaner, but it does get easier. I am always going to have a hole in my heart where two loving parents should be. But Mother's Day this year, I didn't think or cry about my mom once. This is a good thing. Whatever my parents did or didn't do can't hurt me anymore. Go off, healed queen.
Yes. Go off.
Who is your therapist?
Right.
Email at me.
That's gross.
That's such growth. I love that.
I know. That's
a good one.
Yeah. You got to heal. You got to find ways to heal.
Six Flags though, really?
I know.
Over
I honestly,
baby.
I'm
like, I don't care who's having a baby. Like,
let me in that room.
Let me in that room. I want to see it. I want to know.
Yeah.
I love birth.
Yeah, I know.
Birth is like my favorite thing to watch. Like,
I know.
and be a part of.
Yeah, you've been in multiple births.
I have, and it is not only my own, but like my daughters, my friends. I think
you gotta
it
be
is
there.
One of the grossest, most magical, special things you could ever possibly be a part of.
Yeah.
And
it's a beautiful
I would
thing.
do it a million times.
I love that about you.
Yep. Watch that butthole spread wide open.
Ripping.
Well, I think she needs an episiotomy.
Oh my God. Okay. This one I've been scared to read. I didn't read this one yet. I skimmed parts of it and I know it's really graphic.
Is this Mexico?
Yeah.
Oh, I read this one.
Okay. I wanted to be a little surprised. So this is going to be me reading it for the first time, but I did have a warning that it's steamy.
It is definitely like, if kids are listening,
turn it off,
censor that shit.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a good one though.
Okay. So this one was written by a man.
Yeah.
And the title is My Sugar Mama Calls Me Daddy.
Mm-hmm. Love that.
Okay. Every man could benefit from having a sugar mama that's younger than them. I'd say my experience with such has not been negative. Every couple of months, I get the pleasure of going on an all expenses paid vacation with a loaded MILF, 3 years my junior. Oftentimes, I wonder how I got so lucky. I guess that's just the way it goes sometimes. And to make it all just a little bit sweeter, my sugar mama calls me daddy.
Oh, she is good.
She's good. On a recent escape down to Mexico, we found ourselves wandering around looking for a spot to have lunch on some bougie marina. As it happens, there, a jovial middle-aged man, we'll call him Esteban, approached us to sit at his restaurant overlooking enormous amounts of ridiculous yachts. We accepted and immediately became friends with him over lunch and some drinks. Eventually, Esteban offered to take us on his boat the next day for a proper tour of the area and all of its offerings. Naturally, this sounded just risky enough, and we agreed. It was then that my sugar mama, we'll call her Olivia, popped the question that we like to ask in Mexico. What else? Anything you want. Esteban replied.
Oh, Esteban.
Oh, okay.
What you're getting yourself into.
Prior to this lunch, we had just received a mediocre couples massage nearby that left us wanting. Olivia was well aware of happy endings as a common practice for men and felt it unfair that she'd never been offered one. All liquored up, she tells Esteban exactly what she wants. Where can I get a happy ending? She asks seriously. Let's pay up here and go, he replied. We finished up, collected our things, and bid farewell to everyone at the restaurant, who at that point were well aware of our situation and well aware of what we were setting out to do. We were not quiet, and they were all proud. We left and went to a nearby ATM before jumping in a cab with Esteban for a quick ride to a nearby spa. On the way there, Olivia explained what she wanted. I want her to eat my pussy, and I want to eat hers, and I want him to eat her pussy too, she said. Anything you want.
Just all swapping the spit.
Esteban replied,
juices.
yes, yes,
Mhm.
they will be swapping. We pulled up to a spa that looked nice and unassuming from the front and walked in, where we were met by a girl with a gorgeous face, perfect ass, and perky big tits. She, we'll call her Maria, was beautiful and smiled at us while Esteban immediately told her what we wanted. Olivia and I looked at each other and smiled. As it turns out, Maria had never been with a couple before and didn't know if she'd be good at it. She'd never eaten out or been eaten out by a girl. She was blushing. Do you like girls? Olivia asked. I like you, Maria responded, cheeks turning even more red. Realizing his job was done, Esteban told us he'd have a cab waiting when we were done. He left both satisfied in his work and a little bit jealous. He'd have to wait until the next day to find out what happened. It became clear that Maria was in. We worked out a price with her and she started to walk us back. I've never eaten a pussy before, she said. Don't worry, love, I'll show you what to do, I said. She smiled and led us through a door to a large room with a shower, jacuzzi, and massage table. Olivia excused herself to use the restroom, and Maria and I sat opposite each other in the room. I've only ever kissed girls at parties. I've never had one go down on me, Maria said. The last girl said Olivia was real good at it, I replied. I'm excited. Us too. It's really important that you feel comfortable and safe. Please let me know if anything doesn't feel okay and we can stop. Good on you, bro.
I mean,
Good on you for saying that.
That respect. He's done this before.
Yeah, you can tell.
There are manners that go into threesomes.
It's a level of consent and safety. Okay, I like that. I don't think I will. She smiled and blushed. Just then, Olivia came back in the room and we all started to undress. Almost immediately, Olivia started kissing Maria, and it was so hot and quickly passionate. Maria then turned to me and buried her soft, delicious lips into mine. God damn, she was a good kisser. The room felt alive. The vibes were good, as the kids say. After some passionate making out and exploring of each other's bodies from all directions, Maria and I guided Olivia down onto the massage table and got out the oil. We both dripped some over her stunning body as she laughed and took in the moment. Maria and I kissed as we gently worked the oil into her body together. Then I brought my hand up to Olivia's neck and gave it a gentle squeeze and brought my mouth to hers. Daddy, please, she begged. I kissed her and squeezed her neck a little more. Daddy, please. You're a good girl, I reminded her.
I feel like I would lose it at that point. I don't think I could keep a straight face.
I let her go and walked behind Maria, sliding my hand along her ass along the way. It was time to show her how to eat a pussy, something I've always been very passionate about. We were all excited. I grabbed Olivia's legs and pulled her to the edge of the table and started kissing down the insides of her thighs while Maria looked on. Then started to tease her with my mouth. I like to make her wait. Please, Daddy, I need it. She's been a good girl and I gave her what she wants. Slowly, at first. I take care of Olivia while Maria watched, anxiously awaiting her turn. After a lengthy demonstration, I pulled up and signaled for Maria to give me a kiss. I wanted her to taste Olivia. She slowly brought her lips to mine, passionately sucking up all that she could. It was clear she was ready to eat her first pussy. She wanted it. I stood up and Maria knelt down. I gathered her long, beautiful hair and pulled it back as she brought her mouth to Olivia's wet and wanting pussy. So
that's
a lot of pussy.
This is like a novel.
I know. Olivia squirmed as Maria's tongue dragged along her with it. She was a natural. I moved up to kiss Olivia while Maria did beautiful work. It wasn't long before Maria was pulling on my dick, eating it in her mouth. This carried on until it was Maria's turn to lie down. We started to rub oil all over Maria's body. When Olivia leaned down to kiss Maria, she looked so hot, bending over, and just had to be inside her. I pulled up behind her and slipped it into her. Thank you, Daddy, she moaned. Shortly after, Olivia could not wait any longer to taste Maria. I pulled out, and she worked her way down to Maria's pussy with her mouth. It was 10 out of 10. Pussy, no notes.
No notes.
No notes. Olivia was poised to explore it, and that she did. I kissed Maria while her body squirmed. I pulled up from her mouth to watch, and she grabbed my hard dick, pulling it closer to her face. I did not protest as she sucked my dick while Olivia absolutely devoured her pussy. God. It felt like we could possibly do these things forever. And being that we were in a professional setting, time was dwindling. I wanted to taste that pussy too. And that I did. Then we all hopped in the shower where some hot sports may or may not have taken place. Oh, water sports. Where some water sports may or may not have taken place. We dried off and made out. None of us wanted to leave. She walked us out to the lobby. I think I'm in love, Maria said. Us too, I said. She kissed us both one last time. We got in the cab and headed off into the sunset, wondering what the night might bring.
Hopefully another Maria.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing. That sounds like a great time.
I know.
Especially on vacation. Like, what more could you ask for?
And I love that it fits the prompt.
Yeah.
Because she calls you daddy.
She calls you daddy. That is a daddy issue.
Oh my God. Okay.
God. That one was too good.
That one was very
whoever
steamy.
wrote that in, I don't know you, but you need to take your show on the road. Start writing novels.
Yeah, or just, keep writing into us because we appreciate
that too.
Yeah, we loved that. I hope you all enjoyed that as much as we did.
That was amazing.
It's a lot. Okay, we have one more. But as I was reading that, I also was kind of thinking of something that came up in the news that was daddy issue related, kind of.
What was that?
Do you remember Brittany Ferlin from Vine?
No.
Okay, well,
I don't think so. Maybe if I saw a picture of her, I'm really bad with names.
She got married to Tommy Lee.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Which is like daddy issues.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she got caught, she got catfished by somebody on Snapchat that was pretending to be Ronnie Radke from the band Falling in Reverse.
Okay. Yes. Okay. I did hear something about this, but I didn't dig too deep into it. Let's hear it.
Yeah. No, I guess she was in this Snapchat relation with, she thought it was Ronnie Radke, but it wasn't.
It was
and
not.
So he was like, I don't have a Snapchat. I've never had Snapchat. You were not in a relationship with me. And I guess whoever was the catfisher had been doing it to multiple women.
So he was in a relationship with a ton of different people.
Yeah.
Or this account was.
The account was, yeah. And so I guess she came clean to Tommy Lee, and I think that they might be separated now.
Oh, she's still married to him?
Yeah.
And she was having a Snapchat. Snapchat is dirty.
It's a dirty thing.
It
is.
That's
why I don't understand why people. Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah. I mean, I have one, but
I have one because the kids have one.
Yeah.
And sometimes Donnie and I will use it for the funny filters. We'll make ourselves have old people faces or baby faces or go bald or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's it. I don't talk to people on there. I honestly could delete it and not care.
If you get a Snapchat from me, it's probably from Dixon because he goes on my threads and he'll do the filters and then send them to random people.
Yeah.
And I had to stop him. I was like, dude,
don't do that.
You can use the filters, have fun with that, bro. But don't send them.
Yeah. Because I don't
know who they're going to.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know who I'm friends with on there. I don't even know how to.
I don't know how to navigate it.
I don't know
how to navigate it either. I know how to search for the filters and save the photo to my camera roll.
Yeah.
But I don't even know how to look at other people's stuff on there.
Yeah.
I don't even.
Yeah.
I I hate it, actually. And it's gross because people are cheaters on it.
They're cheaters.
I hate it.
And catfishing cheater.
But yeah, I just wanted to bring that up because it was kind of, it's not funny. It's not funny, but it's
kind of like you got what you deserved, girl.
Yeah,
like don't cheat
on your daddy.
Don't cheat on your daddy.
Like you got Tommy Lee and he's a cool ass like rock star.
Right? And you're set for the rest of your fucking life, dude. Like even if things aren't the greatest, just fucking take it.
Yeah. don't take it. If it's bad, get out.
That's my daddy issue again.
Girl, it's fine. If there's money involved, it's fine. Just take it.
He's gonna elevate my financially. No. Kidding, guys.
Okay.
Kidding.
Do you want to read our last one? This is the one that we got on the way over here.
Yeah, I'll read it.
Okay.
All right. All right. When I was 30, I dated this 22-year-old. I know what you're thinking, and yes, it was pretty cool until it wasn't. But that's a different story. So she was super into role playing like all day. So much so that I would forget which character I was. That's fun. I would start out with pretending to be strangers, inappropriate work situations, criminal police officers, and stuff like that. So one day in the middle of messing around, she just tells me to stop, like mid-motion. No warning. She pushes me away like something was wrong. Then she says the craziest shit to me. We can't do this because you're my daddy and I'm your little girl. And I don't want mommy to be mad at me.
No.
The trauma that poor girl probably had to endure as a child. That's giving childhood trauma. And she probably had to disassociate into these different role plays. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just assuming here.
Yeah.
I don't know shit about fuck.
Yeah.
Allegedly. A total mindfuck when I was just trying to get a total mindfuck when I was just trying to regular fuck. Go off, King. Love that. Because what am I supposed to do? I wish I could tell you that I didn't play along. I really wish I could tell you that I didn't do this often with her. Men are pigs. Oink, oink. I still cringe when I hear adults say daddy. I completely avoid that stuff on the hub.
Oh my God, they're going to listen to this episode and just be throwing up.
Every once in a while, I think about what happened to that girl who somehow gave me daddy issues.
He's all, I didn't stop.
I said, I wish I could say I did. I mean, in your defense, dude, like your dick was already wet. Like you guys were already doing it.
Yeah,
like
what are you supposed to do?
You're role playing.
Just compartmentalize. Oh my God. That was wild.
That was wild.
That was good.
That was probably my favorite one of the day.
I think so too. I'm glad we ended with that one.
I love that.
Oh my God. Those were our submissions.
Those were the submissions for the day, you guys. Thank you so much for listening.
Seriously, thank you for writing in. Thank you for listening. If you made it through to the end after that lovely
novel.
Lovely novel.
Yeah. It's good.
We wanted to tell you our prompt for next week.
Oh, this one's going to be so good. You guys have to write in.
Yeah, we posted it on the Instagram and we always post it earlier than this will be released. So always check the Instagram to see what the prompt is for the upcoming week. That's TFMO Hot and Talking. You can send submissions to tfmohotandtalking@gmail.com. The prompt for next week is Tales from the Tower.
You guys, we all have them.
We do.
We have so many of them.
If you're Fresno local, you know exactly where Tower is, the vibe, everything.
We've got to get some good ones, guys. Please write in.
We want to hear everything. Bar fights, relationship stuff.
After parties, drinking, favorite bartenders. Like, just give us everything.
We might throw in some polls, do a little like who's your favorite bartender, things like that. Just check the socials. We want to interact with you guys. We want to read your stories on here. Let's just keep it going. And remember to subscribe on YouTube and Spotify.
Yeah.
Everything is going to be TFMO Hot and Talking. So
everything.
Look us up. We love you all.
We love you all.
And we can't wait to see you next time.
Love you guys.